Welcome to Unscripted Gaming. My name is Josh.
My name is Mike.
Stan has the night off. He is out gallivanting. Some say he might be wearing a cape. I reserve the right to question that, but hey.
Some say he might be a black guy who lives in California. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But in the meantime, you have us, and
Yeah,
we're kind of in a weird. There isn't a lot of hot. You know, we love to dish you out the hottest of hot takes on the hottest news. There's honestly not a lot of stuff going on here, Josh. We're kind of in a.
No, we're in the doldrums. The post E3, everything has been announced. Nothing is coming out. And we're it's a weird time because we get really hyped about games and then nothing comes out for months.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you get a handful of things, but like the big titles like don't come out until the fall and the
or,
winter.
You know,
for
2019 even. So.
Yeah, 3 years later, so you're like, I'm all hype.
I know.
Hype. What do I do with this hype?
Where do I direct this hype? Well, actually, I do actually have one little piece of news I mean, it's the kind of news that we get at this time of year, honestly. It's like, well, that they're doing a BioShock collection that's like remastered, 60 frames a second. You get all the documentary stuff, and it's like, that's cool. BioShock is really good. And
BioShock is good. For those who follow me on Twitch will remember that I did stream BioShock 1 and Infinite within the last year or so, playing through both those games. Oh, man. First time playing, those were really good games.
Really? Those are your first time playing those? Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Those are so good. Infinite was a blast.
Really Infinite was really good.
Infinite was awesome.
Quite recently, I kind of got the itch to play Infinite again. Which I'm not really one for replaying games unless they have the names Super and Metroid in them, but yeah, I kind of got the itch.
Yeah, Infinite was super good. Man. So, you know, it's like, okay, I mean, that's a pretty kind of no-brainer kind of news there. I mean, we don't really have much else to say about that. That's kind of it. That's coming this fall, like everything, because nothing comes out right now.
Twitch has become Cam Soda. That's news. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Twitch is now allowing for I forget what they call it, cheers or something like that.
Tell me
Users
more.
Users can buy bits.
Oh no.
Tokens. I mean bits. Sorry.
Oh,
that they can
no.
use to tip people that they're viewing and say thank you for whatever. And this is a little different than subscribing, and I guess there are some what do you call them, like incentives and badges and whatnot for tipping certain amounts in different channels and overall and whatnot, and it's an additional revenue stream for Twitch streamers, especially. I think it's only for certain high level partners, but it's a thing. But yeah, that's,
I mean, it's kind of like
very campsite.
It's a very campsite-y kind of thing, which is kind of, I mean, kind of hilarious because people say Twitch isn't that, but you know, you look at the most popular streams and
I'll go private for only 18 tokens a minute. I mean, bits a minute.
Oh my God, Josh, don't! No one wants to see you play Super Metroid like that. It's
called. I'm making a new site. It's called Twitcher Bait.
No, please don't. What was I gonna say? But yeah, I mean, it didn't seem surprising that, I mean, Twitch is like, hey, there are lots of, you know, there's a lot of money flowing through our website through places like Patreon and PayPal that we don't get a cut of. We should give people a way to do that through us, where we make money.
Yeah, and you know it's.
And also, it's like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not the payout to the streamers isn't as good as with the other methods of payment, but it's a way for Amazon to get paid, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
pay the behemoth.
I mean, it's it's kind of like as much people were like, oh, Twitch is still going to be its own thing because it didn't get bought by Google, but Amazon is very, very driven by the bottom line. I mean, they're a company that takes that very seriously. So this doesn't, seeing them kind of make a move like that doesn't really surprise me. I mean, it's obviously it's like a, wow, Mike's so smart. Business tries to make money, but I mean, it's definitely like a very, a very strongly business-oriented move that, coming from an Amazon subsidiary, is not surprising.
No, it's really not.
Because they're not really the kind of people to be like, let's experiment, whatever.
It is nice to be able to say thank you to a streamer in a different way. I mean, yeah, you can make the PayPal donation or become a subscriber, but it's kind of a way for people to get a pool of money and say, put $20 in, and kind of dole that out over a group of people. And I think that may be a way to convert some people who have considered supporting different streamers, but not wanting to necessarily go through the PayPal or become a subscriber to do so. I could see myself, putting in $20, $50 and then doling that out over time, over a couple months. So this may be a way to also not only get Amazon paid and get that, but also to convert some of their non-paying watchers into paying watchers. So I mean, there's some kinks to work out, and it's an interesting system, but I think it's a good move overall.
Yeah, it is certainly a good move here. A faux Twitch and giving resources for streamers to make more money is something, I mean, how can you be against that, honestly? Like, they're just people doing what they love, trying to make some money. I mean, don't hate. Come on.
Yeah, that's really
that's
it.
that.
Other than that, yeah, there's not much news. Halo 5 Firefight mode came out, and they were brief. I think until the 5th, you can actually play Halo 5 Guardians for free. So there's that. Depending on editing with the holidays, you might not even hear this before then, so that might not be
too late.
Any use to you.
I'm
Somebody put an NSFW tag on it. Wait, wrong site.
I'm watching. No, stop, Josh. Don't become a cam gamer.
I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm the only one talking to you on Skype right now. Oh my god. Okay. The sacrifices I make for you, podcast audience, you have no idea.
You really it's unreal how much you put up with.
Yeah, it is.
But
But
there's good news.
Oh.
If you got hyped and you need to play video games right now, the Steam sale graciously started not much longer after E3 let out.
That it did. Have you made any fun, interesting pickups in the Steam sale, Josh?
I unfortunately have not. With the impending arrival of the baby Metroid, I have tightened the budget a little bit, knowing that I'm not going to have nearly as much free time in the near future.
I think that is super fair.
I knew that already. Most of the times when I buy games during the Steam sales, they go into purgatory anyway, and I figured with the baby Metroid on the way, they would go into extra purgatory. So I have tried really hard to stay away from the Steam sale, but I know you have.
Yeah, I explored a little bit. I think we might even get some footage of this one, or certainly do a playthrough of it eventually. We picked up some Ultimate Chicken Horse, which I think is going to be a good unscripted gaming plays X kind of thing.
Indeed.
My wife and I are going to dive into Contradiction, the all-video murder mystery adventure, because it's amazing. And there's this other little game I got. It's called Pony Island, I'm just gonna say it's like a puzzle slash shooty shoot 'em up kind of thing, and I'm not gonna say much else. I don't. And if you want, it was only like $3 on the Steam sale. And if you want something that's like a really cool kind of like what the hell is this thing kind of experience, you should probably play Pony Island without looking at like any trailers or anything. Like just buy it, download it, and just start playing it, because it's a pretty cool thing. Like it's pretty fun. That's a cool thing. I'm not super far into it yet. I don't think it's a particularly long game, but it's that there's I can't really give a lot of it away because that kind of ruins the fun. But there's some cool stuff going on in that game.
It's one of those things where I want to ask you more, but then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't, so that I can be surprised and intrigued and
It's kind of just a fun game called Pony Island. This is fun and happy. It's fun. It's great.
I know video games, and I know Steam, and I know.
I've heard of video
Pony
games before, Michael. Are you?
I've heard of their existence. I've been told that they're popular with the youths, and they are an interactive media.
Yes.
And I know how games on Pony Island, that just it's too cheery to be a happy, fun-go-lucky game. It's
How dare you suggest that? How dare you?
Just tell me now, Mike. It's murder porn, isn't it? It's secretly murder porn.
It's not secretly murder porn. I mean,
I don't believe you.
it's secretly something else, but just go play that game. It's like super cheap right now. It's like $3, and it's totally worth it, and it's awesome.
Fractions too, isn't it?
It might be. That's the real unanswered question about Steam. I don't care about Half-Life anymore. I mean, that's honestly an interesting side discussion of like, what the hell is Half-Life 3 like in 2016? Like, does anyone want to play that game? Like, really?
I don't think they'll make it. I honestly don't think.
I'm kind of on the same page with you. I don't think it'll ever happen, honestly.
I've heard Jeff Gerstmann of GiantBomb.com say that if they make it, they should make it like the VR game.
Oh boy.
I
don't
see
know if
that
I'm ready
argument,
for that.
because his argument with that is the.
Oh boy.
It's always a way
no.
to push the genre and
Oh,
the
no, I can't believe you
forward,
just
and
said
the
that.
only area forward is VR.
Oh.
And you know what? Stan's not here to yell at me, so I'll say it all I want.
No.
That's the only way they should release Half-Life 3 is if it's a VR game.
I think I disagree with that, but I'm also,
Can you imagine how fucking?
I've also discouraged the inventing of Half-Life 3 by spending, like $40 on like fucking TF2 crates because I'm a chump. So
You're part of the problem, Mike.
yeah, I know.
Why take a risk when you can just keep printing money?
Yeah, see, that's exactly. It's like, ugh. I mean, there's all that buzz about Left 4 Dead 3 being in the. This is a super rambly conversation. Sorry, don't.
It's almost like it's
fuck it.
unscripted.
Oh, got him. Welcome to Unscripted Moonshine. I mean, unscripted, whatever we call this.
We are sober. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah, but I mean, there's been a lot of news like forever about Left 4 Dead 3, so it's
I think that's much more likely. And honestly, I would much rather have a new Left 4 Dead right now than I would a new Half-Life.
Me too, honestly. Like the jump from Half-Life, that's a good point. Like, what kind of jump from there, from Half-Life to Half-Life 2, it could possibly happen other than into VR, which, isn't really, I don't know. It's not
hard,
there yet.
Like,
it's
yes,
just not
yes,
there.
They could make it a lot prettier, but like,
it's not like the full storytelling, gameplay,
much that they can do
physics.
In the standard FPS genre, much that they can really do to push the boundaries. And I think
Yeah.
people don't just expect Half-Life to have a really good story and tell the story of Gordon Freeman. They expect it to be this groundbreaking piece of
Of
tech, and
yeah, I mean, because
I
like,
just don't think
I mean,
I don't
like,
think they have it in
look
them.
at, I mean, look what just that like the Source engine itself spawned. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
what do you even say? Like, it's incredible. Like, even just looking at things like Gary's mod alone, not even counting like Counter Strike or like Team Fortress, like it's crazy. So it's like you bring a good point. Is that technological push like really is Half-Life 3 the way to go to do something like that? Like I wouldn't be surprised if they go out, partner up with like Dark Horse or someone like that, put out like the episode 3, the graphic novel, and then
Yeah, I mean,
just use like and
there's
then
a
they use
yeah.
the new Source engine for things like Dota and Left 4 Dead 3 and God.
Half-Life 3, a Telltale game.
Oh boy. Oh boy, man, we really need to switch our recordings over um to our TeamSpeak so I can insert sound effects because there's one I'm mashing right now in my head to respond to that. That's not okay. Oh my god. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's but you know the thing is like there is a story to tell, I think, still. And I think that
There's a cliffhanger to resolve. Yeah, there's the story to be told.
but I just don't know that game needs to get made. And I don't particularly have too much fondness for Half-Life. I played through the first one, enjoyed it. Played through about half of 2. Didn't play episode 1 or 2.
Oh my god.
I just couldn't do. I also didn't play with them when they were new. I played them well beyond their date. You know, I got the Half-Life 1 for 99 cents during the anniversary, and then Half-Life 2 I eventually picked up in a Steam sale from the orange box, and like
Man. Oh, the
they're
orange
good games,
box.
but they didn't Half-Life 2 didn't hold me in to finish it. So
Oh man. Dude, I forgot about the orange box. Like we should like do a longer chat about that thing cuz that is fucking crazy when you think about it.
at the time, yeah,
It's like cuz you got
that was the
Team for
that was like
like that.
the Humble Bundle before the Humble Bundle was.
And
The
it's
Humble
like
Bundle.
they're all of those games are like incredible. It's like that's so crazy. Like, why doesn't anything like where's the new orange box? That's the ultimate Valve pipe dream, but you know.
You know what the orange box is still with us because
You can
there are
uncrate it in
places where you
Dota
can
for
get an
only
incredible value for
$9.99 a
reasonable
week.
price. It's called the Season Pass.
No.
Let me tell you about it.
No.
You can get so much value for only $40.
No, don't do it. No.
Do you need any more lamenting time about Half-Life?
I've given up. I mean, I'm kind of like you. Just what they should, like I said, they should just make the graphic novel conclusion and just get that monkey off their back, and then,
Yeah.
I mean, but they're probably, I mean, they're obviously so incredibly successful, with all their other endeavors, which is obviously awesome for them. Like that's great. So I can't imagine that they're really losing a lot of sleep because they're still making really awesome games that tons of people enjoy, and making
they're also
making lots of
money, like,
tons of
fucking
money too.
crazy.
Ah,
They're making all that dough.
yeah, stupid dough.
Seriously though.
Well, what else do you want to talk about, Josh? This is a very weird podcast. It's not a
It
good
really
one.
is.
It's a bad podcast. It's a bad podcast.
You're a bad podcast.
It's a bad podcast. Is this the
Oh,
part where
we
we
kind
talk
of-
about like things that we should do with our channel that Stan would disapprove of, but we should talk about anyway?
Well, we kind of buried the lead and forgot about one major news article. item piece of
Oh.
stuff.
And what's that?
Overwatch competitive play launched.
Yes, it did. It has launched. There's already...
And
They've
they
already...
jumped right into Season 1 right away.
And of course, Jeff Kaplan has already come out and said, don't worry, Season 2 will be less fucked. Because Season 1 is fucked in a couple of interesting ways. With, like, tiebreakers and coin flips and, like, well, when, after a couple of matches, if both teams are tied, it'll do a coin flip and it's like, oh, you get to defend, which on some maps is just way easier than attacking on that map. And so some people feel like that's a little unfair. So I think that they're going to work around that. But I think I mean, I have pretty limited experience with competitive so far. I mean, I've done just about half of my placement games, so only 5, so really not too much. But honestly, I mean, it's been great. I mean, it's great for, like, before you just, we sit down with, like, Unscripted Gaming plays X, and we're like, what the fuck, all Winston, go, yeah, or whatever. And to have people really communicating and picks and counter picks and
esports.
We esports now, fam.
When are the Overwatch majors happening? I need my Wimbledon and my Roland Garros of Overwatch.
I was thinking about Overwatch. It's like I don't know how well. I was wondering how well it, like, kind of broadcasts in comparison to games like League and things like Rocket League, just because I mean so much of it can happen before any sort of caster has a chance to, like, predict it, or, like, you don't really get a good view of the action. Like, I'm sure that's something that Blizzard's very well aware of, but I feel like jumping around from character to character in first person view isn't super compelling to watch, especially when you miss something really cool that they weren't there for. Like, that's kind of a bummer.
I would have to imagine that you would have to have like a free-floating camera, something independent, not even necessarily following a character. Like, you would have to have somebody kind of following the action, and maybe a few people even.
Yeah, like people working like a kind of fly cam almost. Like,
yeah,
football
kinda,
style.
and then I think that may actually work. I don't know that it would be necessarily as easy to follow as some other of the popular esports, especially your MOBAs, but I could see it. I think
the thing it does have going for it, I mean, in terms of, like, being something that's, I mean, people are seriously going to watch, is that it's Blizzard. I mean, duh. The game sold like 10 bazillion copies already. And C, it's just, I mean, it's a mechanically, like, it's a complex game, but it's not Dota complex. Like, I think they make it simple enough for people to have a good understanding of what a character could do, but it's not so overwhelming that it keeps you from understanding, like, the meta aspects of it. So it's like, oh, this team, so, like, oh, just by looking at this team's composition, I know what they're going to do. The barrier to entry to that is way lower than it is in something like League or Dota. Like,
I have tried to get into those games several times, and it's just too much fucking work, and they're just too dense, and the meta's too entrenched, and
super toxic.
The communities
super
are
toxic.
toxic.
I feel like I mean, people have talked about, like, a toxic experience in Overwatch, and it's generally they've been like, so one person posted easy after a match that was, like, super close until their team won at the very end. It's like, I mean, if that's what you call toxic, like, I guess I'll take it.
Where do you find ammo?
Stop eating, Josh. You're toxic. Stop. You find ammo in the training room. Go play there instead, please. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Unlimited ammo.
Oh, I don't understand.
Yeah. So I mean, I really feel like, I have about like 40 hours of Overwatch so far, and community-wise, I feel like I really haven't run into, I guess, like significant trends of like, just especially compared to like League and stuff. Like, I think it's been pretty positive. I think it really helps that like the games are so short, because when you're getting steamrolled, it's over pretty it's over pretty quickly. Instead of,
Yeah.
well, I am just gonna waste about 40 minutes here
It's
until.
really funny how you can have a game that can take what seems like forever, and then you can also have a game where like shit's over in like 5 minutes. You're like, what just happened?
Yeah, and one way or the other, it's like this is either awesome or the other end of that, which is like oh, this is
This is the
actually
worst thing that's
horrible.
ever
Oh my
happened to me.
god. But yeah, I will report more on competitive mode after we can compare this podcast after I jinx myself to the next podcast, because first couple of my placement games have gone like I mostly play. I guess I quote main Lucio. I think it's okay to like say you main a healer because you don't really not play that character. Like, there's not really a lot of counter picks for Lucio, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, it's been going pretty well. I don't know.
I, on the other hand,
I got-
am
I
not
got- I got-
high enough level yet.
I gotta play of the match as the healer in my first ranked game. I'm esports. This is what you can just
Anyway,
inject the
let's talk
esports,
about-
just like, oh, esports. There it is. Oh yeah. Okay.
To be
Esports.
fair,
What else should we talk about to piss?
oh, man, I don't.
Welcome to Unscripted Piss Off Stan. My name is Mike.
Let's just, you know what? I don't even know. Let's just kind of ramble on for a little bit. So, no, I'm kidding. I don't know. Anything else that's on your mind or interesting you right now, or thing you gotta talk about?
Off the top of my head, let me see here. It's mostly just been, honestly, game-wise, I mean, it's seriously just been a little bit of Pony Island and a lot of Overwatch. Like,
Yep.
I got some of the Hitman stuff and was gonna look into that. I've really enjoyed what I've played of that, but just, man, Overwatch is just so damn good. I was gonna add, here's something we can talk about. I mean, it's a pretty easy question, but like, what's your game of the year so far, Josh?
That's a good question. It'd probably be. Ooh, I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
Okay. Because I think I have a pretty clear. I think my choice is no mystery. Yeah.
I know what it is. Clash of Clans.
Yes, actually. I seriously, I had a temptation to reinstall it today. I was like this close.
You have a.
I was like, oh, I probably have like 4 chests just sitting there waiting to be opened.
You
Oh.
have a disease, sir.
No, I deleted it. I'm fine. I only spent like $20 in it. I'm just kidding.
Only?
I'm just kidding. I didn't just spend it. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Yeah, man. I feel like. Damn it, Overwatch is so good. I don't know. I'm
gonna do some plugs because I think it's time. We've run out of stuff.
We've run out of steam.
We're vamping. We're trying to come up with.
We're
something.
vaping. Vape Nash.
Vape Nash.
Did I wait? I think I told. You know what? Never mind. Talk about stuff, Josh. Go ahead. You do that.
Well, if you liked this rambling podcast, talking about nonsense because, goddamn it, there's nothing else to talk about.
If you're
in video
not
games
dead.
right now. You can follow us here on YouTube. Just click the subscribe button. You can go to facebook.com/ and search Unscripted Gaming to find us there. We're on Twitter at unscript_gaming. And we have a SoundCloud now.
Woo!
Yes, it's official. You can take us with you on the go.
Check those
Just
show
go to
notes,
SoundCloud.
baby.
Yeah, it's soundcloud.com/unscripted-gaming. Following the existence of our SoundCloud, you can likely find us on podcatching apps soon. We're working on that. Also, Mike and I have been doing some writing, and you can find the links to those here. Both of us have been writing on our sites on Tumblr. There'll be links to that in the show notes, so you can kind of see some of the stuff we've been writing about, things that we've been talking about that we don't necessarily have enough time to do here on the podcast, or are sober enough to put into coherent thoughts at the time. So we have to, write about them other times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I also think we should make an unscripted podcast where we talk about unscripted, where we talk about we could do Mike and Josh go to the movies or something. We should talk about movies sometime.
Coming soon, unscripted movies.
We can also talk about unscripted sports ball. If that becomes relevant.
Yes, when football is back, you might see Mike and Josh talking about hand egg.
We can talk about unscripted hand egg.
Dragging Stan down with us.
We can make them meet people talk about our fantasy league. I'm sure that's compelling listening.
I've closed the show.
It's over. It's over.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Okay. Have fun, Stan. Thank you for all you do.
This has been Unscripted Gaming. I'm Josh.
I'm Stan. I'm everyone. I'm Stan.
Peace. Peace. I said peace. The show is over.
The show is never over. Did you stop recording yet?
No, I didn't. I hope he leaves that part in.
I hope he leaves this too. Hi, Stan.
Peace.
Stan.